Alright guys, how's it going, YouTube? So today, we're back with another video. And the last video, guys, I showed you the Yukon and showed you guys it was running real rough. We thought it was head gaskets. Well, $64 later, 2.5 days worth of work, and the head gaskets are done. And I'll show you guys what we found with them. So this one is the driver's side. Get that empty ass box out of here. That can go in the fire. But looks alright. And then where the hell's the other gasket? There it is. That's the muffler off my buddy's Saturn. It's the muffler off of here. Here it is. So this was also on it when I first got it. Ugly. Took it off. Between 4 and 6 cylinders, gasket was completely, it's gone. That compared to that, it's gone. So $64 for the kit at AutoZone, not sponsored, but $64. Let me clean off this camera. $64 for the kit. It came with the head gaskets, the upper intake, the lower intake. Like from the head gaskets up, if it had a gasket, it was in this kit. And I got it, tore it down to pretty much the heads in 2 hours the first day, and then spent, the next day couple hours, about 4 or so hours the next day getting everything off from the heads down. Well, okay, so I got the one valve cover off and everything down to the valve cover in 2 hours on the driver or passenger side. The driver's side, I had to take the power steering pump pulley off to get the AC bracket off to get that fucking valve cover off. So I had to wait till the next day to actually get the pulley tool from O'Reilly's, not sponsored either. And then we finally, once we got the pulley off, it was smooth sailing. Got it all tore apart that next day, and then pretty much spent that day and then a couple hours the third day putting it all back together. So I guess technically it took between, start to finish of pulling it apart, hour-wise, it technically took maybe 4 hours, 6 hours. I don't know. It was only, like I said, it was only 2.5 days from start to finish, so completely done. And found out that when I dropped the exhaust, we found a little crack on the exhaust where it goes up into the right-hand side manifold. And the crossover from the left manifold to the right manifold, the crossover pipe, was welded together at one point, and it was broke too. So had my buddy Austin weld it up. While we're welding it up, we decided, you know what, let's hollow out the cats. And while we were at it, since we had the whole exhaust out, where the exhaust, let's see if I can get you guys under here, right here. Well, that's where the exhaust was leaking originally, and when I went to pull it off to put the gasket in, when I first got this, it snapped the bolts. So we got the old bolts out and put a couple new ones in. But it still leaks from here. Pretty good. I actually might eventually just get another gasket and double up the gaskets in there. I don't know. But once I fixed that, I ran it that way for a day. We actually, here, I'll show you over here. That's where it was broke. And then right there is where it was cracked. So what we did was we just decided to hollow the cats out too. Don't mind the shitty welds. It was a bitch trying to get them back together. But once, oh, hello. What are you doing in there, buddy? Oh, okay. So once we fixed them, or fixed the exhaust and stuff, I ran it for, a day. And decided, you know what, even with the exhaust leaks, it sounds too quiet. Well, I said bye-bye to the muffler, so I'll fire it up for you. Oh, shit. There you go. Ugh. And of course the phone fell over. But as you can see, it's running a lot better than it was before. So as you can see, it actually runs a lot better. It runs like it should. So $64, 2.5 days worth of work. We did the head gaskets. It runs great now. And to be completely honest, with hollowed out cats and no muffler, practically straight piped, it's actually a lot quieter than I thought it would have been. But eventually I want to throw on some glass packs. My dad's got, whoa, why did it zoom in? I didn't. My dad's got his 94 TBI Suburban. With a single 3-inch glass pack, but 95 was actually the last year it was single exhaust all the way back. 96, 97, 98, 99, whatever. At 96, this is 97, but at 96, they actually started it. They went from the manifolds all the way back, practically true dual, into the muffler dual, and then out the muffler single, and I can show you that. So this is the muffler off of it. So it goes dual all the way back into the muffler. It goes into the muffler dual and then out single. So my 98 Tahoe, if you guys remember that one, I just put dual glass packs on it and a pre-axle dump. It was just dumped in front of the fucking axle, and that thing sounded great. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna do that with this one too. And yeah, it's got, a rust spot there that I need to fix. But when I got it had these step bars on it. They instantly came off. And then it had these stupid chrome fender flares. You guys have seen them. They go, and they were on all 4 wheels. And I said, no, I hate those. And this is actually the reason why. Because when you have the fender flares, this is why I don't like fender flares at all. In general, is the water will get down inside, dirt, mud, whatever gets inside, but then they have no escape and it rusts out. Point exactly right here. That's why I hate them. Got a ding here, got a ding here. Rusted out. You can't see because of all the mud, but there you go. Rusted out rocker there. Or not rock, well, quarter panel. A little surface rust starting here. And starting to rust out on this one too. But my 95, so if you guys have been on the channel for a while, you guys will remember the 98 was the maroon one. And I had that thing forever. I beat the shit out of it. It was damn good. And the motor, or not the motor, the transmission and the front diff was the only thing original on that when I got rid of it. I changed out the rear end because I blew the rear end. I changed out the transfer case because I blew out the transfer case. And I blew the motor. And, you know, so transmission and front diff, only thing original on that. Now, I put a motor in it, and a week later, transmission started going out. I just started a new job, and said, screw this, I need to get rid of it. Worst mistake in my life. That was the maroon one. Then I had the 95 that I bought from my dad, that was actually the same color as this. Now, 95, so 94, it's locked, it's my dad's, but 94 is that old dash. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but 94 is that dash. 95 is actually when they went to this dash. But there was a few differences, like your cigarette lighters down here. Instead of being, you know, kind of stacked like they are, one here, one up here, one here, they were, all three of them were in a row, and it was something similar to this that they were in. If you pulled this down, your cigarette lighters were in there, and then it didn't have the passenger airbag. 96 still didn't have the passenger airbag, but they went to this style down here. The 97 is the first year of this airbag, of the airbag in the passenger side. And 95 and up all had this steering wheel. 98 was actually the first year of the steering wheel, like the one that's in here. So 98 was actually the first year of that steering wheel. And that's the one that was in the 98 Tahoe. Had to let the dogs in. So the steering wheel, like that one, is actually put in these in 98. So that's kind of how, and then they made this dash from 97. People don't realize this because everybody always says 88 to 98 on the GMT 400s. Yes, that is correct, but it's also incorrect because you can actually get the GMT 400, this body style, all the way up until 2000, maybe 2001 if I'm not. I know 2000 for sure, because you can get a 99 and 2000. Oh yeah, they made a Suburban and Tahoe in 99. I don't know why people say 98, but 99. Now, 99, you could also get a limited Tahoe, because 99 is actually when they switched to that body style for the pickups. And this body style was still, you know, for the SUVs, 99. But 2000, you could actually get 99 and 2000. You could actually get the Tahoe Limited, which was this body style. And, you know, it's limited. It's a nice, I don't know, a lot nicer than these, I guess. Not really. But 99 was also the first year of the Escalade and the Denali's. And they were in this body style. But you could also get in 2000, 99 and 2000, the Escalade. So if you find an Escalade, this body style, it's either a 99 or a 2000. Same with the Denali, which the Denali is literally the same as the Escalade. It just has GMC badging, which is the same. This is the same as a Tahoe or, you know, whatever, with GMC badging. But anyway, kind of history, whatever, fuck off. The 95, oh, that's what I was getting at. So, this 98, or this 97, is the same setup inside. Oh, and 94, this one's a 94, it's the TBI. The 95 was also TBI. 96 was the first year that they went to the Vortec, not throttle body. So 96 was the first year of this motor. Now the difference is, obviously it's throttle body injected, not fuel injected, whatever. But the alternator and the AC condenser, or compressor, are actually swapped as well. AC's on that side, whatever. So this thing is actually the same exact color as the 95, the emerald green, but the same setup, the same, you know, the Vortec with the same dash and everything as the 98. So my 98 was my baby. I really hated getting rid of it, but I had to. I didn't have to. I could have just kept it, put a transmission in it. I should have. And I sold that back in like 2019. That was my high school truck. That was... I had a couple, you know, actually I had a Dodge single cab, long bed, second gen Dodge, 94. That was actually technically my first pickup that I put a motor in and stuff, but I considered that 98 Tahoe my first truck. Because I drove that 94 around a little bit and stuff, but I really didn't drive around like I did that 98. Like that 98 was my baby. So I got the best, or not really the best, but both of my previous ones, both of my previous Tahoes combined into this one. Same color as the 95, same setup inside and motor-wise as the 98. This one's got the electronic four-wheel drive. The only thing that this one don't have that they started in 98 is the all-wheel drive function. This one's just two high, four high, four low. But my 98 had the auto four-wheel drive. But that's all right. So anyway, the 95, right around here, was all rusted out on both sides. I actually had to fix those on both sides. So, and then the 98 had absolutely no rust. There was no rust anywhere on it. Actually, I think the only tiny bit of rust I noticed on it was like that. Just a little bit on the front bumper, and that was it. That's how clean that 95 or 98 was. So yeah, this one's got, you know, a little rust. It came from Canada. It was, you know, it's originally a Canadian vehicle. And then, from what I understand with the paperwork and stuff that I've got, it was actually here in Twilla County in Utah. And then I guess the guy moved to Wyoming or something, and then sold it to the guy that we bought it from, and now it's back here in Twilla County. So that's kind of cool. This is actually the first time I've had the hatch and the tailgate. Now, I like this, but I don't. See, with the doors, the barn doors, you can just walk up and, you know, open it. Can't do that with this because you have to open the window to open the bottom. Now, see? You can't open it. So if I want to open that, there's two ways to do that. I have to either come in here and hit rear hatch on the dash and lift that. Once that's lifted, Then I can go ahead and open the bottom. Or the other way I can do it is with the key. I put the key in, and then I can open it. So I like the tailgate and the hatch because it's, you know, it's like a truck. I can put stuff here. I can work on whatever right here, like a workbench, you know, whatever. But opening it is kind of a pain. If I don't have my keys, like I just had to pull them out of the ignition. If I don't have my keys, I have to go inside and push the button on the dash. Or if I've got my keys, I can open it. But either way, I'm actually really getting used to it. The rear wiper actually works sometimes. Sometimes I have to help it, so let's check that out. Sometimes I can push the button or, you know, turn it on and it don't do nothing until I go back there and actually help it. So let's see if it works. Oh, it's actually working with no help. Well, now it won't go down right. There we go. Go. She fires right up, guys. Now, I do have factory center console in it. I also got another one, an aftermarket one from like Walmart, that I might throw in just because the cup holders and stuff are better. But if you guys remember the 98, I actually took these out and it had to bypass the tweeters. But I took this out on both sides. I put in the wood grain from an Escalade in here, or in it. And I'm kind of thinking, because the Escalades also have a little bit of a wood grain. I mean, it's fake wood, you know. Come on, we're talking from the 90s. It's plastic wood grain, but, you know, it still looks good. So I've been kind of thinking maybe finding some Escalade door panels. I don't think I can find them in this color, though. So maybe here will have to stay, unless I can swap this piece here out, but I doubt it. But at least maybe put the wood grain things here. The Escalades actually had a cool full center console right here, where down here they had like cup holders or something, and you know, it was a nicer center console setup. And I don't know, I might just leave it. Might just put this one in, $20 one from Walmart, but I don't know. She needs a windshield. I believe in 98 as well. I can't remember now. But my 98 might have had the temperature up there. And not just a compass, but I might be wrong. Like I said, I sold it in 2019. I don't really remember. But the one thing I do like with this one is the dash mat. Now, I haven't even checked because my 90... Both of my other ones, I don't know why there's mayo and shit up here, but both of my other ones, hey, butt connectors. Right here, oh wow, this one's good. Right here, around the bolt holes, was cracked. So anytime you'd go over a bump, the whole dash would vibrate and shake and rattle. And it was real bad on the 98. Not as bad on the 95, but it still was. But this is actually the first one I've had with the dash cover, the dash mat. And let me tell you, I absolutely love it. Because I can throw, you know, I vape. Wow, okay. That kind of just unproved my point. But I can set it there and kind of cruise around. And this one, it will. Because there's no, it's just all metal. But my old vape that had the rubber here, I could just throw it up there on the dash and go for a cruise, and it would just stay there. Plus it protects the dash. I mean, it looks pretty good under there, dusty and whatnot, but I'm actually happy. So it's got the floor mats, and you can tell that nobody ever rides in here except for me. Look how dirty and muddy this side is compared to that side. But that's okay. I gotta rewire the stereo because I'll show you that. So I can turn it on. All right. Whoops. There you go. So let's see. Turn it down. That's like, I don't know. Whoops. Let's just find a random. Oh, those are all presets. Okay. I don't know. Let's move this one, 97.9 from P3. Okay. There. Now it is set as 1, right? But I'll shut the key off. And then turn it back on. Oh, it actually stayed. What the hell? So anyway, somebody had pull the key out and do it. I doubt that's... Oh yeah. Now it's coming on just fine. What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, somebody had wired the stereo in wrong. In fact, if you look over here, they actually wired it into a fuse. Don't know what that's about. But if the key's off for, you know, a while or whatever, I lose. Why won't you go back in? By the way, guys, we live in the mountains right now, in the camp trailers, and it's a huge area that people come up and go shooting. So if you hear shooting like that, don't be alarmed. But somebody rewired, or somebody, when they put this radio in, yeah, see, now it won't come on at all. I turn it back on, and boom. Sounds up, volume's up, presets gone. So they had wired the stereo in funky to where I actually don't have any door speakers in the rear. Or actually, the only speakers I have that work are the 2 front speakers. So I've got to rewire the stereo to try to get some speakers, other speakers going, which is actually what that box there is for now. I took it. It's not hooked up right now. But I took this little wire here, spliced it into the front speaker wire, ran it back into that box, so I actually have more speakers than the 2. And they really didn't seem to help much. In fact, you're running 3 speakers off of a wire, or, you know, running 3 speakers when this side should only be running off 1. So I think it probably lost power. I don't know. But anyway, we're getting there. She's oh, and that's the other thing. So up here, the 95 was also doing the same thing up here above the windshield. It's rusting out. Right now it's the surface, so I need to really, because I'm sure that its current condition, I take this in to have a windshield put in. A lot of places will not do it because of the rust. So I need to fix the rust up here so that I can get a windshield in it. And just to prevent it from rusting through. I mean, why wouldn't you want to fix that, right? But anyway, man, I'm happy. I'm actually back in a GMT 400. So, I can't tell you how many memories I have in these Tahoes and Yukons. This is my 3rd one. I mean, I've had pickups of this body style. My mom and dad have had Suburbans forever of this body style. In fact, my mom and dad's last well, not really their last half ton, but my mom and dad had one for a long time. And so this one's 94. They had a 96. It wasn't two-tone, but it was the same color gold. And they had that thing forever. And I started driving it around and stuff in high school, after high school, whatever. When I'd have issues with mine, that was kind of our backup. And I ended up totaling it. So it kind of sucks, but that's also another reason why I prefer driving one of these, because they're big and I tell you, they're safe. I T-boned a Duramax and ripped the whole axle and everything out from under that Duramax, and it just shoved the front end on the Suburban, it just shoved back, but it didn't get past here. I mean, it shoved it back probably, I don't know, fender damage, maybe around here somewhere, I don't know. But it wasn't, you know, we were safe, no injuries or nothing, so that's kind of why I prefer these. I love my old 90s SUVs, and I'm happy to finally be back in one. So I've got plenty of memories with these, and here's to making more, right? So anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you later.